Australia's lucky, isn't it? Because we've got states that have got a completely different climate. Northern states, obviously Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, Tasmania. There's a vast difference between the temperature in July in Tasmania as compared to Sunshine Coast. So the races can still go ahead during the winter in a lot of the warmer states, just like in the Northern Hemisphere. But for the majority of people who can't travel interstate, the season finishes when the summer season finishes. So we're talking about that specifically. We're not talking about people who are preparing for Cairns and are preparing for Port Mac and Sunny Coast in September. So, but the majority of people will have a race coming in probably November. We're talking specifically triathlon. And as a cyclist, that'll be exactly the same. The road season starts and then the crit season starts in summer. And a lot of the national championships are in November. So the winter period or the off period, the very first thing that has to happen is, and this is my number one thing that is really crucial, is you need to have a mental recovery period. And you need to, finish your last event. And if it happened to be Shepparton on the weekend or Murray Man in, South Australia, you have a little mental break. And it doesn't mean you stop training, but you just stop structure and trying to look at numbers and just take that all away. And, my big thing in recovery week after a half Ironman, whether it's the end of the season or the middle of the season, is you just got to move. You've just got to recover and move. And what does that mean? It means walking. It means, just doing something that's going to get blood flow to help your body repair the damaged muscles from the big event that you've just finished, whether it's a half Ironman or an Ironman or even an Olympic distance. You're still racing at your maximum for that period. So in order to help you recover, physically, you need to move, and whether that's just do a little bit of swimming, a little bit of walking, a little bit of running, a little bit of riding, but mentally, you need to not have structure and wake up each day and understand that it doesn't matter what you do today as long as you do something. And if you end up walking for 7 days and that's all you do, great. But you don't want to have to wake up and go, what have I got on today? Oh, yeah, I've got to do this session. You just need a break from that. And that may be 2 weeks. For some people, they may need 4 weeks. But I'm not saying physically rest. I'm saying mentally rest from structure. And you can still have basic structure of, I'm going to walk today, I'm going to run tomorrow, I'm going to ride Wednesday. But it doesn't have to have specific goals. Whereas every session we give our athletes has a specific purpose and a goal. Today is about recovery. Tomorrow is about intensity. Next day is about, threshold. So they're the things that I would first out of the bat say in this period, recover.
Yeah. And there is a fine line you're talking about is you're not trying to give your body such a physical break that it goes backwards and declines in fitness.
Yeah, as you know, the minute you stop overloading your training, you will either one or two things happen. You'll start to lose fitness or just maintain it. And that's why we want to move. We want to maintain it for a period because after, there's a lot of studies telling us different things, but, 2 to 3 weeks is when the fitness gains start to actually lose. So you don't want to spend all that time building your fitness over a period of a year or 2 years or 4 years and then have a period where you have to catch back up again. So maintenance is really important word that I use. And it's really easy and enjoyable. I love going for easy ride, where I've got no pressure and I can ride as long as I want. If I want to stop after 40 minutes, I do. Yeah. And if I want to, go for a swim and I end up doing 500 metres, so what? Yeah. As long as I've moved and gone and done something where I've got a little bit of blood flow and I've got some cardiac outcome out of it where I'm not sitting at 70 resting heart rate for 8 hours a day.
Yeah. And to give a running example, you call it a smell the roses run where you just go for a run and
don't look at your watch.
Yeah. You can stop and walk for a bit if you want. You can stop and smell the roses. Especially when we're running around here in the Dandenongs, it's really nice to get to a view and then stop and look at the view for a few minutes and it doesn't matter.
Take a breath. Yeah. Yeah. It's so enjoyable period. Yeah. And then the whole of the off season to me is really enjoyable because you get to actually concentrate on something completely different from there's still an A goal down the track somewhere that you're going to be working towards or working backwards from. But this is a period where it's less structured and you can actually concentrate on things that you need to work on. So a lot of identify, everybody knows themselves very well. What is my main weakness? Am I a crap swimmer? Well, what am I going to do about that? And there's the questions you should be asking yourself.
Yep.
Is my bike leg letting me down? What are you going to do about that? I fade in the run. What am I going to do about that? And ask those questions about how your season went, what the areas of weakness were. Did your nutrition plan go to plan? Can you concentrate on some 1%ers that you didn't have time for? So the list goes on.
Yep.